Gee, we wonder what could possibly top this list.
This is not going to go the way you think.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 anticipated releases of December 2017. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at new releases in the realms of movies, music, and video games, as well as premieres of new TV series and new seasons of ongoing series.
They don't teach that at the Academy. No, they do not.
Number 10, The Greatest Showman. Based on the life of P.T. Barnum, the founder of the Barnum and Bailey Circus, this biographical musical could very well follow in the footsteps of Moulin Rouge, Chicago, and La La Land. Speaking of the latter, this movie reunites the duo of Benj Pasek and Justin Paul, who, in February 2017, took home the Oscar Award for Best Original Song. On top of that, how many films can you think of that bring together the likes of Jean Valjean and Troy Bolton? Now there's a recipe for the greatest show on Earth.
No one ever made a difference by being like everyone else.
Number 9, Pitch Perfect 3. The original Pitch Perfect became a sleeper hit and spawned an adoring cult following, as well as a record-breaking sequel. This third installment will reassemble Becca, Fat Amy, and the rest of the Bard and Bellas for a final curtain call. With college behind them, the ladies try to sort out their futures while competing at a USO tour.
I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming.
Along the way, we're bound to get a few peppy musical numbers, witty one-liners, and explosions? Well, that's one way to go out with a bang. Number 8, Songs of Experience by U2. Whereas U2's previous album was entitled Songs of Innocence, their follow-up is Songs of Experience. That seems fitting, given the volatile state of the world. Truth be told, the album was originally set to come out last year to coincide with the band's 40th anniversary, but in the wake of Brexit and the 2016 US presidential election, they made a few alterations to reflect these recent political shifts. The release date was thus pushed back to December 1st, lining up with World AIDS Day. Number 7, Bright. With a massive $90 million budget, Bright is one of Netflix's most expensive projects yet, not to mention one of their most ambitious. Will Smith and Joel Edgerton star in this action fantasy thriller as mismatched cops, this time one human and one orc.
This is like a nuclear weapon that grants wishes.
This odd couple stumble upon a magic wand. Think Men in Black meets Lord of the Rings meets Training Day. As bizarre as this premise might be, it actually sounds crazy enough to work. Number 6, The Crown Season 2. While we're on the subject of pricey Netflix productions, Season 1 of The Crown cost a whopping £100 million. Pro tip, that's a lot. But having earned a Golden Globe for Best Television Series Drama, it's safe to say that investment paid off. While the showrunners have 6 seasons planned overall, Season 2 will reportedly mark the end of actress Claire Foy's reign as Queen Elizabeth. The sophomore season will also introduce Michael C. Hall as John F. Kennedy and Jodie Balfour as Jackie Kennedy.
There are some of us who are there for you no matter what.
If only.
Number 5, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. From Zelda Breath of the Wild to Super Mario Odyssey, the Nintendo Switch has garnered an impressive library of exclusives in less than a year. Coming out just in time for the holidays, this RPG may bring the Switch one step closer to winning the current console war. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which, oddly, is technically the third entry in the franchise, promises to recapture everything that made its predecessors great: a gripping story, strong combat, and a world that feels positively inhabitable. To Elysium.
I won't use that power, and I won't let you use it either!
Number 4, Molly's Game. Award season is guaranteed to get more interesting with the release of Molly's Game, which stars Oscar nominee Jessica Chastain and Oscar winner Kevin Costner. It's also the directorial debut of Academy Award-winning screenwriter Aaron Sorkin. This true story revolves around Molly Bloom, dubbed the Poker Princess for running high-stakes underground games.
I'll be hosting a game in this suite every Tuesday night. First buy-in, $250,000. That's gonna make noise.
From the overwhelmingly positive initial critical reception, we're willing to wager a few bucks that this crime drama is going to collect a wheelbarrow of winnings. Number 3, The Shape of Water.
You may think that thing looks human. Stands on 2 legs, right?
Yet another Best Picture hopeful, The Shape of Water took home the Golden Lion at the 74th Venice International Film Festival. Considered by many to be Guillermo del Toro's finest film since Pan's Labyrinth, this fantasy tells the love story of a mute janitor and amphibious creature. Yeah, we know, it's not exactly Gone with the Wind. Along with the box office success of Beauty and the Beast, 2017 has made one thing crystal clear: romance comes in a variety of different forms. Number 2, The Disaster Artist.
You're just a chicken. Chip, 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 chip.
The Room initially gained a reputation as the worst movie ever made. Since then, people have come to regard it as perhaps the most entertainingly bad movie ever made. Now it's inspired a biographical film that's garnered serious awards buzz. In that sense, could the disaster artist be this generation's Ed Wood? With James Franco both directing and starring, the film is bound to not only be hilarious, but also offer insight into what exactly Tommy Wiseau was thinking when he made his beautiful train wreck.
I hit her! No! Do you want to change the line?
You're doing great, man. We'll get there.
Number 1. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Considering we already chose it as our most anticipated movie of 2017, it shouldn't come as a surprise that The Last Jedi tops this countdown as well.
I've seen this raw strength only once before.
The Force Awakens was the Star Wars sequel trilogy's answer to A New Hope in ways both obvious and subtle, and The Last Jedi seems to be following the tradition of The Empire Strikes Back in that it might outshine its predecessor in every conceivable way. In any case, director Rian Johnson appears to have something truly special in store for us.
It's time for the Jedi to end.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.